Alrighty everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin, and today I have new hair. It is red. Well, actually it's more of a burgundy. I'm back in college. I no longer have braces, and I have new glasses. They were new. And speaking of new, I thought that for this video I would discuss a newer film. Warning, this video will contain spoilers, but the film has been out for a while now, and it's available for viewing free now on Disney Plus, or at least in the US. It should be available to everybody soon, according to all of the tweets that the Disney Plus account has been putting out, and the Cruella accounts all over. So, welcome to In Defense of Cruella, my positive Cruella film review. A lot of people who have a problem with this movie haven't even seen it because of one spoiler that came out, and the one big problem that people who haven't seen the film have a problem with about this film is that to them it appears that Cruella hates dogs because they killed her mom. As somebody who has viewed the film, I think going on 5 times now since its release, this is false. This isn't even a prequel to 101 Dalmatians, or at least the 101 Dalmatians that we know. This is a completely separate story. This is a different version of Cruella, like how there have been many different versions of other classic characters like Maleficent, and now we're possibly going to be getting an Ursula movie, or at least it's just a rumor that I saw. But we've also gotten a different version of Hook in the film Hook for Captain Hook, and there's also all different versions of the characters that we see in Once Upon a Time, the show, which I adore. So yeah, this isn't meant to be a direct prequel to the film 101 Dalmatians. This is a separate origin story for a different version of Cruella de Vil. Personally, since I've viewed this film so much, not as many times as one of my friends, but I've viewed it a lot of times, going on 5. The soundtrack is top-notch. People need to listen to the soundtrack. It's a bunch of classic songs from the 70s going into the 80s. The soundtrack includes songs by Queen and a bunch of other rock groups from the 70s, because that's when this film takes place. The late 70s, about to merge into the 80s. And the costumes in this film too. The outfits in this movie are incredible. The costume department did an amazing job. And I've seen so many people hating on some of the outfits, saying that they're not as stylish as they're used to from Cruella de Vil. Again, this is a different version of Cruella de Vil. This version has more of a punkish grunge look to her, which is amazing. I adore it. I'm not one for dresses or makeup, but I would wear every single outfit that Cruella and Artie, gotta give some credit to Artie because he was amazing. But anyway, I would wear every single outfit that those two made in this movie, and that's saying a lot since I despise dresses. Also, this entire cast did such a great job. They deserve all of the credit. Well, not all of the credit, because of course there's also the crew who deserves a ton of credit, and the people who went and decided to make this movie. Also, props to the guys that play Jasper and Horace. Paul Walter Hauser and Joel Fry. Those guys deserve everything. They did such an amazing job as Jasper and Horace. Well, this is one of the best versions of those two characters that I've seen in a adaptation of these characters. These two blew it out of the water, in my opinion. Because this is all my opinion. Also, Emma Thompson did such a great job as the Baroness. Emma Thompson does such a great job playing the villain in this. And of course, Emma Stone, amazing. One of the best Cruella de Vils I've ever seen. And the reason why I wanted to get burgundy hair, because of her as Estella instead of Cruella.
Oh, her name's Estella, not Cruella.
And of course, we have to give a round of applause to John McCrea as Artie.
I'm Artie, or Art, as in work of.
And of course, Kirby Howell-Baptiste as Anita Darling. She did such a good job in this. And I love that we got to see a black Anita. And that's also another controversial topic on when it comes to this movie. A lot of people hate that they cast another black woman as a ginger character. But what they don't seem to realize is that at the time when these movies came out, people were making so many redhead characters because of, according to some research that I did, was to make those characters stand out. And same goes for comics. There are so many redheads in comics, and it's just to make them stand out in their own comic, like in their own stories. So yeah, I recommend just sucking it up and living with it, because people are realizing how terrible representation of black people is in media. So they're casting more and more black people play characters where race doesn't matter in their story. They very well could have cast a Latina as Anita, or an Arab, or a Muslim. So yeah. Another spoiler, since the movie has been out for a while. If you haven't seen the movie, just watch this anyway. At the end of the movie, no, contrary to what people who haven't seen the movie keep saying, Cruella doesn't kill the dogs. She keeps the Baroness's dogs, all 3 Dalmatians, one of them being pregnant. She keeps them and moves into Hell Hall with Jasper, Horace, Jean the valet, and Artie, along with her own dog, Buddy, and Horace's dog, Wink. So yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's actually really good, so I definitely recommend watching it. It is available for free if you're in certain places on Disney Plus with a subscription, of course. Or you can pay for it on YouTube Movies, or you can watch it on Vudu, Apple TV, Google Play Movies and TV, Apple Prime Video, but you have to pay for all those. Or you can bootleg it, be a pirate. This has been In Defense of Cruella. It does not deserve the hate it's getting, and I am excited for the sequel whenever it shall come out. I noticed that a lot of people have been questioning, what would Glenn Close think? Glenn Close worked on the movie. Her name is literally in the credits. Also, this has been a regular review, but because I already reviewed it on Letterboxd, my Letterboxd account is going to be tagged in the description and at the end of this video. So on Letterboxd, you're only allowed up to 5 stars when you review. On Letterboxd, I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. So here, that would make it about 8.5 out of 10 stars. So yeah, it is spoiler free. So what I ended up saying in my review was, it was so much better than what the critics are saying, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a fun movie, even if some of the CGI is a little wonky. The script could use some work, but it gets its point across and sets up for an amazing sequel. Mentioning sequel, Cruella 2 has been confirmed. It is currently in pre-production and should start going into production soon, if they're aiming toward releasing next year. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, because comments really help because of algorithm. See you all next time. Stay safe. Bye.